All right. I'm so lucky to have Chris Parrish here with me. If y'all have been watching this channel, you will know that he is the guy that makes all the loans happen. And gosh, you guys, he has been in the business for 21 years. He's from Perryton, which he tells me is in the panhandle of Texas, 2 hours or thereabouts outside of Amarillo or Amarillo. And he is going to share with us just a little bit about what he's all about and why y'all should trust him with loans.
Thank you. So, I grew up in the panhandle part of Texas in Perryton, small town, country boy. Everybody knew everybody. Definitely kept you in line because if you did something you weren't supposed to, everybody knew about it. But like most kids, couldn't wait to get out of the small town and move to the big city. So came to Dallas as soon as I could. Worked a few small odd jobs, but wanted to get into mortgage, heard about it from a friend, and they actually wouldn't hire me the first time. Back then they only cared about having sales experience, which I did not have. I actually had to go out and find a sales job doing door-to-door sales at that, which was great for me because my personality, I'm more shy, reserved, and just making me get out there and talk to people was a big help, getting me outside my comfort zone with that. But did that job for about 6 months, went back to the mortgage company and interviewed again and was able to get on board, luckily. So from that point on, it's just, I'm glad that I did what I did because loved it. As soon as I got in there, even though it was considered a sales job, for me, I considered it a customer service job. It was just helping people understand their decisions. Here's what I think is best. Here's why, and going from there. So, that basically is, sorry, I lost my train of thought because I had something I was going to say.
You're doing great. I can edit all this out. So think of what you wanted to say.
Yeah. I've written down some notes and I was trying not to look down too much and things.
I'll look down because I can always I can cut those seconds out. Yeah.
So you're really good with the video stuff because actually I was going to ask you something about this. If I wanted to get into, I bought a drone, right? I was wanting to do drone footage but I don't know anything about the video editing part, which is key, right? So I didn't know how much experience you had with that. And if, I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if I just sent you stuff, you could show me what to do, or like, what's a good way to get started, learning that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So, and I know nothing about drones. I own one, but I'm afraid to lose it. So this is awesome, right? Yeah, if you just send me the footage, I can edit it and I can certainly give you, some of the basics. You have a Mac, right? So your Mac comes with iMovie, which is what a lot of us use, even some of the professionals on YouTube, which I guess I am now. But it's pretty easy. I know you could probably figure it out, or just send it to me and I'll.
Yeah.
It'd be fun to add it into. Is it real estate stuff or?
Yeah, that's what I want to get into, is just flying around houses, right, and kind of checking things out, like looking at the roof, how to really inspect houses, and I don't know. It's just more of just a hobby I want to get into. So I've been meaning to bring it up, and so sorry to go off subject, but
no, that's okay because that's something I wanted to do too, but I'm afraid to, like I said, lose my drone. So my husband would be like, "What did you do?" So yeah, let's do it. So we'll talk more about that. I was going to ask you. Did you figure out what you wanted to say?
Well, I pretty much covered it. I was just, like I said, just helping people make good financial decisions was really what it was most important to me at this job. And so I guess just kind of taking off from there, helping people with refinances. That's really all I did for the first 3, 4, 5 years in the business, showing them how they can pay off credit card debt and, lower their interest rate, put that extra money towards their mortgage and pay their mortgage off in less time. And that was just great for me to be able to share that information and help people. But got, I guess, not to say burned out on that, but just wanted a different challenge. And in 2006, decided to make the decision to leave that company and get into a company where I could really focus on purchase business and working with realtors. So I've been doing that ever since. And it was actually a very interesting time that I moved because it was right before the crash. Right, 2007, it started going downhill. And that's, I believe, when I actually made that switch, was 2007. And then, of course, 2008, we all saw the real estate market get crazy. But
what did you sell door to door?
That was actually soft water systems for your house. That was a tough sell. That was $6,000, $7,000 back then. And for me, who, like I said, no sales experience. I didn't consider myself a sales guy at all, but it was kind of interesting going in there, doing the little water test. Some of you may have seen it, showing them how their water is their hard water can be soft water, and the difference that makes washing the clothes and all that kind of stuff. So I actually enjoyed that quite a bit. And like I said, it was good for my personality to get out there and just meet people and talk to random people I didn't know. So that was what I had a difficult time with.
Right. Just getting out and talking to people. And then it ended up, like you said, it's just customer service. It's just helping people out. And so your first few loans, like for most of us, like mine were my family and people that I knew. And is that kind of how it was for you? Like, where did you get leads, or like, how did it?
Yeah, starting in the business, it was a call center environment, right? So you mostly had people calling in, but you had a list of people to call out to. And so after doing that door-to-door sales job, driving all over the DFW Metroplex, it actually was a really easy change for me to sit there and just be on the phone all day. So, but yeah, I quickly became a top producer there. Just was basically hammering out the phones all day, reaching people, showing them how I can save them money. Like I said, it was definitely a good experience, great experience. That company took me through a management training program where I got to sit with underwriters, sit with processors, see the servicing side of things and foreclosure, all those different departments. And then actually gave me the option to go into management, which I did choose to manage a team of processors back then. I'd been originating loans for 2-3 years at that point. Wanted to try to, I guess, like I said, just always changing up the challenges that I had. And so I wanted to see what it was like on the servicing side, or rather on the processing side of things. But did that for about 2 years and then moved back into the origination side and ran a team of loan officers, originating loans, kind of showing them what I did. Eventually from there, like I said, made the change to working more on purchases.
So guys, I want you to hear what Chris is saying. So because I was in wholesale, I met and worked with hundreds of loan officers. I never want to denigrate anybody, but guys, there are loan officers out there who all they have is the door-to-door sales part of this thing, right? Not door-to-door and mortgage, but you understand what I'm saying? They are just in it for the sales part. They know how to take the order. They've got a lot of friends, they've got a lot of connections maybe, but what they don't know is what Chris is talking about here. They don't have what I call the craft of it, the processing, understanding the underwriting, understanding what a processor goes through and what an underwriter goes through. And you're probably thinking, well, how can that be possible? I know people who have been loan officers for years and years and years, and they don't know. They know they've got a fish on the line, and they're just going to muscle it through. And guys, that doesn't work, because at the end of the day, you can't boss the underwriter, right? You can't make her lose her job just to say yes to a loan. Chris knows how it works. Chris knows how to structure it right from the beginning. And then if something does go sideways, he knows how to fix it because he's been dealing with processors and underwriters. Guys, I can't say enough about someone like Chris who knows the craft side of it. We can get into this in a whole nother video, but it's just critical. That's a big, big deal. So he's not a salesperson. He actually knows how to close loans. That's a really, really big deal. So tell us a story. Do you have anything where maybe there was a tight crunch on a sales, the person had their U-Haul packed and I don't know, you had to close on time and whatever, I don't know.
Actually, it's funny you bring that up. The very first loan I closed after moving to Revolution Mortgage was just like that. And it kind of solidified that I made a good decision. I don't like making changes, right? I moved to Revolution because I thought it was a great opportunity. I loved the owners. I met with them, trusted them. But as soon as I got over to Revolution, I got a call from a past client. I'd gotten pre-approved, but they had gone with a different lender. They were under contract and were supposed to close in a week, and their lender was declining them. So, which I thought was odd because I, like I said, did their pre-approval. I knew they were good. Not sure what the issue was. I don't recall exactly what they said the problem was for the other lender, but I took their application, and this was pretty much my first week being at Revolution Mortgage, right? So I didn't really have, I guess, the relationships built with different departments within the company yet too. So, but they were amazing. VP of underwriting got involved. The relationship they have with the vendor management, appraisal management company was a big piece. I mean, that was probably one of the the greatest things I realized when I came over here, I've had issues at past lenders where, um, you don't have any contact, of course, with the appraiser. So you're going through that appraisal management company and they're just order takers and, not the most customer service friendly. So they're just putting orders out there. But I actually called the owner of the appraisal management company that we use at Revolution Mortgage. He got involved. Was on the phone calling appraisers until he found one that could be out of the property within 24 hours. The underwriting VP, like I said, got involved, moved my file right to the front of the line. I took that application, got all the docs in. It was through underwriting within a couple of days, had the appraisal the day after that, and literally got that loan pretty much from application to fundings. Right, from application to funding in 7 days. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm. That was huge.
Yeah, that is incredible. So I've been on the other side of that because I was in wholesale, and Chris is exactly right. A lot of the banks that these brokers work with, you not only can't talk to the appraiser, we know that none of the loan officers can talk directly with the appraisers, but you can't even talk with the people at the appraisal management companies. For Chris to be able to get in there and talk with the owner of the appraisal management company and get that done and have him call around and make those moves, it seems like, well, why wouldn't that be able to happen? It doesn't happen. I'm telling you, I worked for a few different companies. I've closed millions and millions of dollars of loans on the wholesale side, and that doesn't happen. In a lot of cases, loan officers and brokers, that wholesale out their deals, and we'll have a whole video on how this works. They have to talk with maybe like a committee or a department inside that bank and then they talk to the appraisal management company. And then there's the cleaning lady and everybody else in between. For Chris to be able to call the owner of Revolution and also the owner of the appraisal management company to get things done, that's awesome. That's kind of like what I call old school. That's how it was, right, Chris? When you
That's exactly how I feel. That's exactly that was very important.
Right.
Yeah, didn't want to be just for a huge company that you're just a number and just it's all about sales numbers and right. It was just very, very important for me to trust the people I was working with and be able to contact them directly, those top people.
Please do check out the second half of this awesome interview with Chris Parrish from Revolution Mortgage. Hear from you. Thank you so much for watching this video. Stay tuned. There's going to be so much more information down the line.